We are officially open to the public.
Okay, Madam Clerk?
This meeting is being held in accordance with the Open Public Meeting Act, NJSA 10:4-6 at SEC, notice of which was sent to the record in the Star Ledger and was posted on the municipal bulletin board. Pursuant to the Open Public Meetings Act and recent regulations issued by the state of New Jersey, the following procedures will be in effect for public comment during this remote public meeting of the City Council. The public shall have an opportunity for comment during the designated public portion of this meeting. The time period for the public comment is limited to 3 minutes for each speaker, and no person may address the council more than once, except for speaking during an advertised public hearing for an ordinance. At the time designated for public comment, the mayor or other presiding officer of the council will recognize one speaker at a time. That speaker must identify himself or herself by full name and whether or not he or she resides in Hackensack. No other member of the public is permitted to speak unless recognized by the presiding officer, and the other remote attendees may be muted during that time if necessary to eliminate background noise. Meeting attendees shall exhibit appropriate demeanor during this meeting as required by Section 37-15 of the City Code. In the event any member of the public becomes disruptive at any time, that individual may be muted by the presiding officer and will receive a warning that continued disruption may result in being prevented from speaking or removed from the meeting entirely. The Zoom meeting platform has a texting function. However, this is to be used only for the purpose of advising the city's IT staff of any technical concerns or issues. The public may also submit written public comments to be audibly read into the record by the city clerk during the public portion of any remote public meeting of the City Council. Comments can be submitted by regular mail or by email to asaby@hackensack.org. Comments received less than 5 hours before the start of a meeting may be carried to the next meeting. Any person who actually speaks during the public comment portion of a remote public meeting may not also have a comment read into the record. The city clerk will stop reading a written comment into public record once it reaches the 3-minute limit. Duplicate written comments may be summarized and noted for the record in a consistent manner.
I thank you. Roll call, please.
Councilmember Von Rudenberg,
Here.
Deputy Mayor Canestrino,
Here.
Councilmember Pataglia,
Here.
Councilmember Carroll,
Here.
Mayor LaBrus.
Here. Would everybody please rise for the flag salute? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Okay, and I do have a proclamation to read. It's Small Business Saturday in the month of November. And it reads, whereas the city of Hackensack celebrates our local small businesses and the contributions they make to our local economy and community, and endorse the Saturday after Thanksgiving as Small Business Saturday. And whereas Small Business Saturday was created in 2010 to strengthen local businesses, facilitate job growth, boost the economy, and preserve neighborhoods nationwide. And whereas there are 31.7 million small businesses who employ 47.1% of employees in the private sector in the United States. And whereas 88% of US consumers feel a personal commitment to support small businesses in the wake of the pandemic, and 92% of small business owners have pivoted the way they do business to stay open during the pandemic. Whereas Hackensack, New Jersey supports our local businesses that create jobs, boost our local economy, and preserve our communities. Now, therefore, I, John P. LaBrus Jr., Mayor of the City of Hackensack, along with members of the City Council, do hereby proclaim Saturday, November 27, 2021, as Small Business Saturday, and urge the residents of our community and communities across the country to support small businesses and merchants on Small Business Saturday and throughout the year. So thank you. So we should, especially in light of the pandemic, where we are with it, these small businesses suffered tremendously, and we should give them more support whenever we can. So we would appreciate it if you would do that, especially downtown in the Anderson Street business sections. Thank you. With that, we have no minutes to approve, so I'll move on to the city manager's report.
Thank you, Mayor. Our health department will be offering COVID-19 vaccinations by appointment only on Tuesdays through the end of November. Please refer to our flyers on social media for details. The DPW is asking residents to please bag their leaves whenever possible. This will help keep the leaves out of the sewer system and the catch basins. The city recognizes that some residents haven't received responses for their insurance companies after Hurricane Ida. Therefore, all building department permit fees will be waived until November 30th now for the storm-related damages only. The city will be hosting our annual Slam Dunk the Junk event this Saturday, October 30th. Please refer to www.hackensack.org/slam for more information. Don't miss out on our coming fall events, including a pumpkin carving contest, a Halloween drive in movie night, and our second annual Boo Through at Fashini Park. Look on social media for details. Another friendly reminder, the city's Renters Assistance Program and small business grant applications are starting to come in. Please remember to apply ASAP. Applications are available at hackensack.org under headlines. A few updates from the last meeting. We had received a complaint in reference to Suez trucks using Fairmont Avenue as a cut-through street. Suez was contacted and advised of the complaint. They're currently performing lead service line replacement in the area, so that could be related to the extra trucks in the area, but they will continue to monitor and have their trucks avoid that roadway. There was a complaint regarding Dewolf Place and residential parking. Resident parking request was made to the traffic division by my office. A survey was completed both morning and evening, and a majority of the vehicles were all residents of Dewolf Place. At this time, the PD does not recommend residential parking stickers for that area. There was also a citizen request at the Walgreens on Anderson Avenue for a stop sign. We went out, we checked it out. The PD has contacted the executive divisions of Walgreens, and they are working with upper management to comply with the request. That would be putting 2 stop signs at the parking lot on both sides. The crosswalks at Prospect and Berry, Prospect and Gulf, and Prospect and Atlantic were expected to be installed this fall. However, due to delays with the contractor, it's going to be delayed until spring of 2021. There was also a request for a designated left turn lane at Prospect and Passaic. The city has engaged our engineer for a traffic study of the intersection. Based on the results and recommendations of the engineer and the traffic division, we should be able to put a designated left turn lane only at that location. That's all I have.
Okay, thank you, sir. All right, on to new business. You ready, Deborah?
Ready.
Resolution 414-21.
This is a resolution for final adoption of ordinance number 49-2021, an ordinance adopting the 359 to 375 Main Street redevelopment plan for the delineated redevelopment area consisting of block 408, lots 1 and 16. This ordinance has been advertised pursuant to law and now calls for a public hearing.
Need a motion to open to the public, please?
Offer.
Second.
Roll call?
Councilmember Von Rudenberg.
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Canestrino.
Aye.
Councilmember Pataglia.
Aye.
Councilmember Carroll.
Aye.
Mayor LaBrus.
Aye. Anyone from the public who'd like to speak to this and this only, please give your name to the clerk and whether or not you live in Hackensack.
There are no hands
Anybody?
raised.
Motion to close to the public.
Offer.
Second.
Roll call?
Councilmember Von Rudenberg.
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Canestrino.
Aye.
Councilmember Pataglia.
Aye.
Councilmember Carroll.
Aye.
Mayor LaBrus.
Aye. Motion to adopt the ordinance, please.
Offer.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember Von Rudenberg.
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Canestrino.
Aye.
Councilmember Pataglia.
Aye.
Councilmember Carroll.
Aye.
Mayor LaBrus.
Aye.
Be it resolved by
Anybody
the
Sorry.
Be it resolved by the City Council of the City of Hackensack, County of Bergen, and State of New Jersey that ordinance number 49-2021 has passed its second and final reading and is hereby adopted.
Thank you. Resolution 415-21.
This is a resolution for final adoption of ordinance number 52-2021, An ordinance to amend Chapter 170, Section 71 of the Code of the City of Hackensack, resident-only on-street parking, to require vehicles to be registered in the state of New Jersey to receive a residents-only on-street parking permit. This ordinance has been advertised pursuant to law and now calls for a public hearing.
Okay, I need a motion to open to the public, please.
Offer.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember Von Rudenberg.
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Canestrino.
Aye.
Councilmember Pataglia.
Aye.
Councilmember Carroll.
Aye.
Mayor LaBrus.
Aye. Anyone from the public who'd like to speak to this ordinance and this ordinance only, please raise your hand on your device.
There are no hands raised.
Motion to close to the public.
Offer.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember Von Rudenberg.
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Canestrino.
Aye.
Councilmember Pataglia.
Aye.
Councilmember Carroll.
Aye.
Mayor LaBrus.
Aye. Motion to adopt.
Offer.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember Von Rudenberg.
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Canestrino.
Aye.
Councilmember Pataglia.
Aye.
Councilmember Carroll.
Aye.
Mayor LaBrus.
Aye.
Be it resolved by the City Council of the City of Hackensack County of Bergen and State of New Jersey that ordinance number 52-2021 has passed its second and final reading and is hereby adopted.
Thank you. Resolution 416-21.
This is a resolution for the introduction of ordinance number 53-2021. Ordinance authorizing financial agreement for market rate rental apartment and retail project to be constructed upon block 206.01 lot 11, 72-76 Main Street by the Phoenix on Main Urban Renewal LLC, an urban renewal entity pursuant to the long-term tax exemption law NJSA 40A:20-1 et sec.
Need a motion, please?
Offer.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember Von Rudenberg.
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Canestrino.
Aye.
Councilmember Pataglia.
Abstain.
Councilmember Carroll.
Aye.
Mayor LaBrus.
Aye.
Be it resolved that the above ordinance being ordinance 53-2021 as introduced is now passed on first reading, and that said ordinance shall be considered for final passage at a meeting to be held on November 9th, 2021 at 8:00 p.m. or soon thereafter, as the matter can be reached at the regular meeting place of the City Council, and at such time and place all persons interested be given an opportunity to be heard concerning said ordinance, and that the city clerk be and she is hereby authorized and directed to publish said ordinance according to law with a notice of its introduction and passage on first reading, and of the time and place when and where said ordinance will be further considered for final passage.
Thank you. Resolution 417-21.
This is a resolution for the introduction of ordinance number 54-2021, an ordinance adopting the Sears, Roebuck and Company redevelopment plan within the Main Street rehabilitation area consisting of block 405, lots 3 and 14, and block 406, lot 1.03.
Need a motion, please?
Offer.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember Von Rudenberg.
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Canestrino.
Aye.
Councilmember Pataglia.
Aye.
Councilmember Carroll.
Aye.
Mayor LaBrus.
Aye.
Be it resolved that the above ordinance being ordinance 54-2021 as introduced is now passed on first reading, and that said ordinance shall be considered for final passage at a meeting to be held on November 9th, 2021 at 8:00 p.m. or as soon thereafter, as the matter can be reached at the regular meeting place of the City Council, and at such time and place all persons interested be given an opportunity to be heard concerning said ordinance, and that the city clerk be and she is hereby authorized and directed to publish said ordinance according to law with a notice of its introduction and passage on first reading, and of the time and place when and where said ordinance will be further considered for final passage.
Thank you. Resolution 418-21.
This is a resolution authorizing award of bid contract to Municipal Inspections Corp. For elevator inspections throughout the city of Hackensack.
Need a motion, please?
Offer.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember Von Rudenberg.
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Canestrino.
Aye.
Councilmember Pataglia.
Aye.
Councilmember Carroll.
Aye.
Mayor LaBrus.
Aye. Resolution 419-21.
This is a resolution authorizing release of escrow for 204 Burdan Street.
Need a motion, please?
Offer.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember Von Rudenberg,
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Canestrino.
Aye.
Councilmember Pataglia,
Aye.
Councilmember Carroll,
Aye.
Mayor LaBrus.
Aye. Resolution 420-21.
This is a resolution authorizing the awarding of a co-op contract for linear sewer infrastructure improvements at the Voorhees Pump Station to Joseph M. Sanzeri, Inc.
Need a motion, please?
Offer.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember Von Rudenberg,
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Canestrino.
Aye.
Councilmember Pataglia,
Aye.
Councilmember Carroll,
Aye.
Mayor LaBrus.
Aye. Resolution 421-21.
It's a resolution authorizing tax appeal attorney to settle the cases on the attached list dated October 20th, 2021 that were scheduled for trial or settlement.
Need a motion, please?
Offer.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember Von Rudenberg.
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Canestrino.
Aye.
Councilmember Pataglia.
Aye.
Councilmember Carroll.
Aye.
Mayor LaBrus.
Aye. Resolution 422-21.
It's a resolution authorizing tax refund for state board judgments and overbilling.
Need a motion, please?
Offer.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember Von Rudenberg.
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Canestrino.
Aye.
Councilmember Pataglia.
Aye.
Councilmember Carroll.
Aye.
Mayor LaBrus.
Aye. Resolution 423-20. We just do 423?
No, this is, you're right. It's 423.
423-21.
This is a resolution authorizing the settlement of litigation entitled Carl Magby versus City of Hackensack Claim Petition 2018-11678 pending in the New Jersey Division of Workers' Compensation.
Need a motion, please?
Offer.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember Von Rudenberg.
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Canestrino.
Aye.
Councilmember Pataglia.
Aye.
Councilmember Carroll.
Aye.
Mayor LaBrus.
Aye. Resolution 424-21.
It's a resolution authorizing payment of bills.
Motion to pay the bills.
Offer.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember Von Rudenberg.
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Canestrino.
Aye.
Councilmember Pataglia.
Aye.
Councilmember Carroll.
Aye.
Mayor LaBrus.
Aye. Okay, before we move forward with consent agenda, we're pulling resolution 437-21 and 438-21, correct?
Yeah, those are just being pulled, not to vote on, just being pulled as of from the beginning of the meeting.
Okay.
And
And
then
we're also pulling resolution 429-21.
429 is being pulled to vote on separately.
Okay. Are there any other conflicts with the council? None?
None. Good to go.
Okay.
Okay. The following items are considered to be routine in nature and will be enacted in one motion. Any items require expenditure or supported by a certification of availability of funds. Any item requiring discussion will be removed from the consent agenda, and consent agenda items will be reflected in full in the minutes, including any exceptions and/or additions. The consent agenda consists of Resolution 425-21, resolution authorizing the submission of Hackensack Municipal Alliance for Prevention of Alcoholism and Drug Abuse grant for fiscal year 2023. Resolution 426-21, resolution authorizing the acceptance of a State of New Jersey SFY 2022 Safe and Secure Communities Grant. Resolution 427-21 is a resolution authorizing endorsement of proposed Bergen County Community Development Grants 2021. Resolution 428-21, resolution appointing Jason Soam as a member of the Bergen County Homelessness Trust Fund Task Force. Resolution 430-21 is a resolution authorizing award of professional service agreement to Elsbeth J. Crucius LLC as city prosecutor. Resolution 431-21 is a resolution awarding professional service agreement to Navarro Gray Esquire for public defender. Resolution 432-21 is a resolution authorizing award of professional service agreement to Clary Giacobbe Alfieri Jacobs LLC for special litigation counsel. Resolution 433-21 is a resolution authorizing award of professional service agreement to Anglesino, Webster, Wysocki, and Taylor LLC for special litigation. Resolution 434-21 is a resolution authorizing award of professional service agreement to Chasen, Lamparello, Malone, Capuzio, PC for special litigation counsel. Resolution 435-21 is a resolution authorizing award of professional service agreement to HQW Architects LLC for planner/architect. Resolution 436-21 is a resolution authorizing award of professional service agreement to Neglia Engineering Associates for consulting engineer. Resolution 439-21 is a resolution authorizing award of professional service agreement to Neglia Engineering Associates for traffic engineer. And Resolution 440-21 is a resolution authorizing raffle licenses for Holy Trinity Catholic Church and Care on the Corner Community Service Center. So we need a motion for that.
Offer.
Need a motion?
Second.
Roll call?
Councilmember Von Rudenberg.
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Canestrino.
Aye.
Councilmember Pataglia.
Aye.
Councilmember Carroll.
Aye.
Mayor LaBrus.
Aye. Now we need resolution 429-21.
Yep, 429-21 is a resolution authorizing reappointment of special law enforcement officers class 1 for 2022 calendar year.
Need a motion, please?
Offer.
Second.
Roll call?
Councilmember Von Rudenberg.
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Canestrino.
Aye.
Councilmember Pataglia.
Aye.
Councilmember Carroll.
Abstain.
Mayor LaBrus.
Aye. Okay, thank you. Need a motion to open to the public, please?
Offer.
Second.
Roll call?
Councilmember Von Rudenberg.
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Canestrino.
Aye.
Councilmember Pataglia.
Aye.
Councilmember Carroll.
Aye.
Mayor LaBrus.
Aye. Anyone from the public who would like to speak, please raise your hand on your device. Give your name to the clerk when you're called and whether or not you live in Hackensack. What we got, Frank?
There is one hand raised. It's Peter Marcusani.
Thank you, Frank. Thank you, Mayor and Council. I felt guilty that the agenda was so short tonight that it came back for an encore. And the fact that there's nobody else maybe that wants to speak. I just wanted to reiterate a few more things since we have this 3-minute limit. First of all, I stand corrected on the fact that you got in contact with the residents concerning Side Park. It was really good to hear the input and to know that there really, quite frankly, are not major objections to the splash park. I think that's really a wonderful thing. It also lends credence, I think, and Louis DeCepolo spoke about the impervious surface of the splash pad itself. I think it brings home the concept of the meditation garden at the other end of the park, the idea that the Environmental Commission has been pushing to rip up the asphalt. And you can see that that would go a long way, not only from an environmental point of view in terms of making that a pervious surface with feeding into Coles Brook rather than the massive runoff now that we get from storms, but also the fact that it can be the quiet place that some of the residents said they were looking for, going to the park because they like the quietness of Stuyve the way it is now. The proposal for that area would be, I think, the meditation garden with some plantings, and also the possibility of making it available for memorial tree planting. So a lot of residents would probably love to plant a tree up there in memory of a loved one. And that could be envisioned as a very, very nice, quiet, shaded area where people could go for peace and quiet. So I think if you couple that with the entertainment and sports activity and kids activity at the other end of the park, I really think that's a healthy balance that the council it should be at least the sense of the council to want to do that and go on record, even though the funds may be a little bit late in coming. But it's something that I think would complement it very nicely. The other thing, and I don't want to belabor this, because there weren't any complaints about flooding tonight, which was really good news. I guess the storm gave us a little bit of a respite. But I think the fact that we're having these updates every meeting, which was a nice thing initially, I do think they're going to get a little bit repetitive in the sense that, quote unquote, there's nothing new to offer in terms of progress. I do think it would be helpful if the engineers perhaps could explain what culverts are, how the separation actually takes place, what parallel lines look like in the street. Do they have to rip up the sewer lines? How do they connect the catch basins? And probably most importantly, and I'll just say this so I can get off here, is does anything that's going on now with what's been accomplished on Main Street so far, what's going on Union Street, and also the other hookups, is any of that going to offer any intermediate relief to the people living in what we can call the catch basin, I guess, between Prospect or between Passaic and Central and the railroad tracks and First? In other words, does the capacity increase on the east side of the railroad tracks offer any temporary relief, or do those people have to wait until there's actually pipes under the street on the western side of the tracks? If the engineers got involved in those kinds of things with more of a detailed explanation, I think it might be a little bit more helpful. So great. Have a good night, guys, and thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Frank, anybody else?
Yes, next up, we have Sergi.
Sir, can you hear me? Or ma'am or sir? Unmute yourselves, please.
They're unmuted. I just don't know if they can speak.
Hello? Sergi, can you hear me?
Would you like to move on to, I mean, there's nobody
Let's-
else. So
Well, let's give him a second. Can he raise his hand if he can hear me? Can you see that, Frank?
his hand's just raised. Or their hand just raised. It looked like there was some. Sergey, are you able to chat? Maybe if you want to put it in the chat, we can read it. Does that work?
Yeah, try chatting with him, see what happens. Don't want to shut him out. Deborah, any letters to be read at this session?
Yeah, I have one.
Want to reread that in the intro?
Okay. It starts out with hello all. Joe D here, JD Dawkins, resident of Lodi Street area. It is with witnessing the history that is unfolding before us that we appreciate the common sense and stability of good management and the protections of children and family. These elected officials before us, as stated previously, do not outwardly carry these principles, in my cherry-picked opinion. We have an employee of a medical company, a former employee of a home comfort living equipment maker, a teacher, a youth coach, and a homemaker, working on behalf of who to establish cannabis zone in Hackensack, New Jersey, except in lieu of taxes payments to shortchange the Hackensack budget, provide minimum and stagnant government orchestrated support in the recent tropical storm Ida events, as we witness compassion and planning in Teaneck's and Englewood's government towards the vulnerable and its public citizenry. Start and push through Hackensack a New York-like vibe of cold, indifferent, clustered living and environment. Once again, know who and why these elected officials chose to run your government. Their winning statement, building a brighter future for all residents, for me means prostitution, gambling, and the drugs of the vices of men. Residents of Hackensack, vote/pray for children, vote/pray for family values and community ideals.
Okay. Any luck with Sergi?
Unfortunately, I haven't heard anything back on the chat either. So
Just on the record, Deb, make sure we note that we did try everything in our power to
Okay,
allow the person to speak. Oh, here we
Oh,
go.
wait, there's a chat that came in. Yep.
Oh, that's the same. Sergi is the
That's-
one, the letter you just read.
That's what I just read.
Yeah, it's Sergi's the same person. Sergi, I guess, is the same person. It said it was something D, but
It's, yeah, the way this is, it was from JD Dawkins.
J.D. Dawkins. Okay. well,
Yeah,
Obviously, Sergi had the same letter because I just saw that same writing on his thing. Okay. So with that, I need a motion to close to the public.
Offer.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. It's at this time that I'm going to announce we're going to go back into private session because we couldn't finish during our work session before. We probably don't have a long time. You're more than welcome to wait. We will come back out and close the meeting of the CAL, the executive session, and the council meeting.
Are you going to
All
have
right.
municipal, are you going to have comments from the council before?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes. So first motion to close the public.
I just want to make a point. I don't believe we're going to be able to rejoin this exact meeting to officially close the meeting.
well,
How
we
we gonna
can
do that,
close,
Steve?
we can close this one. We have to close the cow and the executive, which are still open, but this one we can close because this is this totally separate meeting.
But we wouldn't be able to
What-
rejoin this public forum.
So
via-
Frank, what you're going to have to do is you're just going to have to take it off record. All right? Because we're being closed session. And we would, video wise, we'd still be able to communicate with each other, but we would technically close the council meeting. Can you do that?
I mean, I think probably what makes the most sense to do is, since we're going into closed session, I've already discussed the litigations. Maybe I can make the announcement as to the litigations. We will not take any formal action at the conclusion of the closed session. So I think maybe we just close the meeting and, at that point, if we can't get back into a public session to announce when it's closed, I guess so be it. As I said, the most important thing is that we will not be taking any formal action arising out of the closed session discussions. So I think the public will be on notice of that. And as I said, I can just announce before we go back into closed session what we talked about in the first closed session.
Okay, that works. So I need a motion to close to the public first.
Offer.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, I need a motion. First, we're going to
Well,
close
wait.
the,
No, Mayor, you're going to do council comments,
I'm
the
sorry.
regular meeting.
Sorry, Stephanie.
That's okay.
Sure, okay.
Hey, if no one has anything to say, we can all move on,
Yeah, go ahead.
Mine is short and sweet. I just wanted to congratulate the special law enforcement officers that were reappointed tonight and thank our city project managers and Jim Mangan for their presentations earlier at the committee of the whole meeting. There was a lot of presentations they went through, and I think it gives a lot of good answers to the community as well as us. Baggy and Louise, Mr. Caruso did a reminder about that, but it's just really important, especially with all these storms. So just, I know it's a pain to do sometimes, but if everyone takes those small steps, it helps with our flooding issues and keeps all the drainage clear. And that's it for me. Have a good night, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, Stephanie.
Thanks, well,
Kathy?
you really were short and sweet. First of all, I want to thank everyone who participated on the Side Park improvements. I know Stephanie, Jerry, I know Leo had a hand in some of this, plus our project management team and our engineers. And thanks to all the residents who came out to speak. We do want your input. We don't want to go down a path and learn at the last minute that this wasn't the right path. So everyone is listening and we're doing the best to accommodate everyone. But, I do think, it's a park and I think Pete said it well, it's a park for many. Having the Serenity Garden complemented by something for the children. I think, Stibe is a beautiful park and I think it's only going to become more and more beautiful. So thanks to everyone there. Halloween is coming and we have a lot of activities from the city. So check the website for any of the Halloween activities sponsored by the city. And also everyone just stay safe out there. Crossing at night, it's getting dark so early. and make sure that the kids are all very aware. It's easy to get excited and forget you're crossing the street. So everyone, please be safe and enjoy your Halloween together. Also, Slam Dunk the Junk is this weekend. I think the city manager mentioned it. That's this Saturday. Another great community event sponsored by the city where, it's like a double payback for the city. I mean, we get folks together to enjoy the city and Atlantic Street Park, and we also get them to go out and do some cleanup work for us in the parks and by the river and by the brook. So thanks to everyone ahead of time that's going to be participating in that. Just a few quick things, there's certain topics I like to make sure that I cover from the agenda. And there's a couple of things on here tonight. One of the things we talked about was a redevelopment plan, and that's for the corner of Main and Passaic Street. That's where the old credit union one that's since moved on down to Kansas Street to their brand new building. So that corner of Main and Passaic Street, they're looking to be about 110 units. And they're going to make it kind of unique. Actually, the apartments that what they're proposing right now, anyway, it's not finalized, but is kind of like almost like a townhouse look, even though there are apartments on those facing Passaic Street, and then just regular apartments and retail facing Main. So it would kind of be a nice blend, a nice mix, something a little bit different. Also on here was 76 Main Street. We've been waiting to hear from this for a very, very long time. So finally, it looks like they're making progress. Very small project, only about 24 units. But, it also, the city owns that corner where there was a fire there years ago. And some of that beautiful, court area with the brick pavers, was destroyed during that. So that's also going to be brought back to life and will be something that the residents can all enjoy. On here was an initial rehab plan for the Sears property. The city is really looking to see that building remain and just be rehabbed as is. Just like 210 Main Street was, the Sears building, these are some real iconic buildings in town that we really, we don't want to tear everything down. We want to keep some of those memories and some of those historic buildings. So part of the intent there was to try and maintain the integrity of that building. It's maxed out at about 300 and something. I think it was 325 units that might potentially be going in there as mixed use. And I think, again, it will be another nice anchor part for our Main Street. And that was also on here. One last item, when we talk about sewers, we're always really talking about the Clay Street area because that's a lot of where the sewer separation is happening right now. But on the agenda tonight was actually some work being done on Voorhees Place. That's up in the Zabriskie Street area. There's a pump station up there that really needed some upgrades for a while. And the pumps there are only functioning right now at about 50% capacity, which could be contributing or definitely contributing to some of the water issues there. So tonight there was an award for part of that work. It's a two-step process. So we're going to see another award coming up shortly, but this was an award for part of the work to get that thing going. And so, parts like this take a long time, unfortunately, especially everything seems to take a long time to come in, right? If you try to order a piece of furniture, it's a year away because no one knows where to get it or how long it's going to take. So we're actually looking to put a temporary fix in there and adding an additional, like a temporary pump. It's not part of what's on the agenda tonight, but just so folks know, we want to get in there and at least temporarily remedy that spot as well. And then going forward, there'll be a whole new pump station that's going to be going in there. So that was something else also on the agenda. Thanks for everyone that came to participate, and have a good night and a great week. Thank you.
Thank you. Leo?
Thank you, everybody, for the beautiful presentations. And a few weeks ago, I worked with the city manager and the guy from Nick Leclerc to look the situation in Campbell and Grove Street. The residents said that they saw DPW and other people looking into the problems, cleaning like almost every day. And the result was that last night we got a heavy rain. I called this morning and I went to check the area, and the residents said, thank you. Whatever we are doing is working. They don't see flooding in the area, and they want to thank the city manager, DPW, and everybody involved for the wonderful job they are doing. Related to the splash pad is something that the kids, they use it maybe 3 or 4 months in the year. They always look to try to get as much as we can entertainment for the kids. The kids really can go to places like the beach with all the COVID-19. We need some place they can refresh. So I will say that after this splash pad is finished and all the improvement that we're gonna do to the style park, everybody gonna be happy. So thank you and good night.
Thank you. Jerry?
Yes. Well, first of all, I'd like to thank the residents of the Fairmount area for their input about the Sty Park splash pad. Their concerns and support is greatly appreciated. I'd also like to thank the Hackensack Special Police for a job well done at the food meal giveaway at Mount Olive Baptist Church on Saturday, October 16th. That same Saturday, my appreciation goes out to the police department as many officers participated in the second annual bike run. And this past Saturday, members of our detective division presented a presentation on fraud along with the Hackensack Rotary Club. Finally, this past Sunday, our police department escorted many citizens across our city on a charity run. Thank you, and God bless all.
Thank you. All right. So as Kathy mentioned before, this Saturday is the Slam Dunk the Junk. Go on the website, hackensack.org. You'll find out if you want to participate where you go. Usually we meet down by Atlantic Street Park. We have some refreshments and then we go out and clean. They go out and clean all different areas of the city. And it's a great event. We get a lot of participation from a lot of different groups, scouting, church groups, stuff like that. So it's a great day. Hopefully the weather holds out. I just want to bring up the homeowners and small business owners grant money that's going to be available. That's if you go on the website, again, hackensack.org, you can look up, there's actually, I can't remember what the keyword for that was, but check it out. If you had some damage or had some issues from COVID or anything else, check out that grant program. Again, congratulations to our special officers who were brought up tonight. The rest of the week is going to be a busy week on Clinton Avenue. Unfortunately, the rain's not helping things, but go down to Clinton Avenue. It's a long-running tradition of people decorating their houses there. It's known all across the tri-state area. People drive from all over to go see it. You get some great Halloween displays there. And by the way, I know a certain councilwoman happens to live on that street. And she did a great job decorating her house too. Speaking of Halloween, please watch out for the little guys. It's getting darker earlier now, so watch out for those trick-or-treaters. The Hack Pack is back in action. All right, there's a great comedian show there this weekend, and also a new artist will be showing in our gallery shortly. So pay attention to that. You can check that out on hackpack.org. I want to thank the people from Stuyvesant Park for coming out and speaking both in favor and against it. We're here to listen to the people, and we make our decisions based on that. But I must say this: anything, I spent a lot of time, and so did Mr. Carroll, and so did Mr. Battaglia as a youth coach, and keeping kids out of the house, and especially today with all the diversions and all the iPads and all these video games these kids play. Anything I can do to get a kid out of the house and go out and have some recreation, I'm in favor of it. And it's important that these kids can get out of the house. A lot of us older folks, our kids didn't have these diversions when they were younger. When I was younger, we were out at the break of dawn and we came back for dinner. And we were always outside doing something, but that's not the way it is now. So we got to get these kids outside. They need the exercise, especially after this pandemic being cooped up for so long. So these parks are important to our children. So, but I thank everybody for their important input tonight. Thank you for all the speakers tonight. And with that, I need a motion to close.
You need Steve first.
I need Steve to go over his announcements of legal. Go ahead.
Okay, guys. So, as we discussed before, we are going to be going back into closed executive session. We did have a closed executive session at 5 o'clock. We just were not able to finish all of the essential business. But at that time, we did discuss quite a number of pending lawsuits. And want to brief the public on same. We will not be discussing any additional litigation in the follow-up closed session. And as I said before, we will not be taking any formal action. We will simply close the executive session and end the meeting at that point. So the cases we did speak about were the Capra litigation, ongoing litigation involving former police chief Zisa, ongoing litigation involving the city's affordable housing request for a declaration of repose with the Fair Share Housing Center, the ongoing litigation involving the police officers involved in the 64 Prospect incident, and the Gartenberg litigation as well. So I think those were all of the cases that we specifically discussed at the meeting. So with that, I think you can close the meeting. We can go into the second executive session. And of course, minutes will be prepared and available in accordance with law for that in the future.
Okay, so I need a motion to close. First, we'll close the executive session.
No, you're just
No,
closing
move
this
it.
one.
We're
You
just
can't close the
closing.
executive because we're going in it.
All right, so I need a motion to close the council meeting.
Offer.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. None opposed. So we're gonna leave the county executive open and leave it at that?
Yes.
Okay. So how are we going to communicate?
You have to go, Frank,
I sent
another
an
link.
email to you while this meeting was going on. You just have to join that meeting.
All
Okay,
right,
so we
thanks,
can
Frank.
leave it.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good night.
Night, everybody.